Amara with her stood by the lake's edge, watching the sun dip below the horizon. The gentle breeze played hair as she closed her eyes and listened to the calming rhythm of the water. It was her favourite spot, a place she'd come to reflect, to dream, and to escape the busy world around her. But tonight was different. She wasn't alone. Khalid, her childhood friend, stood beside her, his presence both comforting and unsettling. They had always been close, sharing stories, laughter, and countless memories. But over the past year, something had changed. The easy conversations turned into lingering glances, and the warmth of friendship deepened into something neither of them dared to name. Amara's heart raced whenever he was near, and she wondered if he felt the same. Tonight she could feel the tension between them, as though the air was thick with unspoken words. "I remember when we were kids," Khalid said softly, breaking the silence. "We used to run around this lake chasing fireflies until we couldn't breathe." Amara smiled, the memory warming her. "You always caught more than me. I was too slow." He turned to her, his eyes serious now. "You were never slow. You just let me win." She laughed, but her voice wavered. The setting sun cast a golden glow over his face, and for the first time she noticed how different he looked, how much he had grown, how his presence stirred something deep within her. "Khalid," she began, unsure of what she was about to say. "Do you ever—" He reached for her hand before she could finish. His touch was gentle, yet it sent a jolt through her entire body. "Amara," he whispered, stepping closer. "There's something I need to tell you." Her breath caught in her throat as she looked into his eyes that held the weight of years of friendship and something more, something that had been growing quietly between them. "I have loved you for as long as I can remember," Khalid confessed, his voice raw and honest. "I was just too afraid to tell you, too afraid that it might ruin what we have." Amara's heart pounded, each beat echoing in her ears. The world around them seemed to fade away as her emotions surged to the surface. She had felt it too, but like Khalid, she had been scared to speak it aloud. "I feel it too," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I always have." Khalid's face softened with relief and joy. He pulled her closer, his arms wrapping around her as if they had always belonged there. Her heart raced, but this time it wasn't from uncertainty. It was from the overwhelming realization that her feelings were shared, that she wasn't alone in this. As they stood together, the lake shimmering behind them, Amara rested her head against his chest. She could hear the steady rhythm of his heartbeat, strong and sure, matching the beat of her own. In that moment, beneath the fading light of the setting sun, their hearts found their rhythm together. What had once been unspoken was now shared, and they knew that they would never walk this path alone again. "My heart beats for you," Khalid whispered into her hair. "And mine for you," Amara replied softly, knowing that this was only the beginning of a love that had been waiting for its perfect moment to be realized.